Too Sweet by Hozier is basically built around this monster guitar riff, which is really played on one string. And the guitar is, it's a little bit distorted. There's some nice effects going on there, some nice production, sounds really big. This lesson is about how to play this riff on an acoustic guitar and have it sound pretty chunky still. Because when you take that single note riff and you play it on an acoustic guitar, it kind of, it kind of loses a little bit. It doesn't quite sound as chunky. So what we're going to do, we've got to tune our bottom E string down to D. We've got to go into drop D tuning to play this very lowest note in this riff anyway. Just this E string, the sixth string has to go down to D in order to play this riff because it gets down to that low D note. Which means that power chords are suddenly really, really easy. When our note is on the E string for this riff, our power chord is just adding the note next to it on the same fret on the A string. And when we move over, when our note is on the A string, it's just the standard power chord shape, which is 2 frets up on the D string. So our riff, instead of going, can be, and it just sounds way more chunky. And I really like the sound of it. So there are lessons online telling you how to play this with a single string note, and you can do absolutely this riff through this lesson, just dropping out the higher note on each pair. It's exactly the same. But if you want to add that top note, you'll get a much chunkier sound. Now, as for the version where people put a capo on the 3rd fret and go strumming the chords, that's a fine and a nice way to play this song, but it kind of loses a lot of the grit that makes this and a lot of Hozier's stuff really nice. So the riff is like this, and I'm picking these 2 strings, any 2 strings that I'm playing, I'm picking them with these 2 fingers. However, you can strum them with a pick, you can use your thumb, you can do anything you want really, but because I'm doing this doesn't mean that you have to. The riff is like this. And on and on and on. That's your intro, right? So the verse is the same as the intro, but in that 8-bar pattern, the last 2 bars, it repeats that 8-bar pattern 3 times, and the last 2 bars change from first ending to the second ending. The third ending is the same as the first ending again. So that's why it's mapped out like it is on your chart. There's 1, 2, 3 different endings. 1 and 3 are the same. It just changes, and that's the way I charted it out to be really accurate. So the first ending is this. The second ending is, so the rhythm is very, very slightly different as well, but you're just going up to that pair of 8s down to a pair of 7s. And then the third ending is back to that, same as before. Then we get to the chorus. Now the chorus is slightly different rhythm, but only the first chorus. When he gets to the second chorus, he's playing that over the same riff as the verse. So once you've kind of got this verse riff down, this is the only different part you need to learn. I take my whiskey neat. When he reaches that note, you can keep doing the power chords if you like, but it really does sound on the recording like it drops out to a single note, which I know it's a single note all the way along, but with all the production, this is what it sounds like. So So that's the chorus. It's got couple of slightly different endings in those last two bars each time through, twice through. Then we're back into the intro where he sings ooh, all that kind of stuff. That's basically your riff again. And then it goes into another verse done exactly the same way as the first verse. That's that 8-bar pattern 3 times through with 1, 2, and 3 different endings. Then we're into the chorus again. Now the second chorus, he keeps playing with this riff. I take my whiskey neat. Same riff as over the verse. Then we're back into the oh-ohs bits, but it's all over the same riff and just with those slightly different alternate endings sometimes throughout those, and we finish with a chorus going out. That is it. If you like this version, if the way this song sounds is warranting that chunky power chord riff, let me know. Let me know how you go with it. Like I said, strummy versions are out there. This is just a really great riff, and it deserves to be played and made to sound as gritty and chunky as you can possibly make it on an acoustic guitar. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you here next time.